Hello everyone, I am Ritika Juzgar, Assistant Professor IT Department. So in the course of data structure and algorithm, we started our first unit. Okay, so first unit is based on introduction part where we already discuss about what is meant by data structure, what is meant by data, what is meant by structure, data objects, and also algorithms. Okay, and the second thing we discuss is the what is meant by a basic data structure and what are the terminologies are used in the data structure. Okay, so in this video we discuss about the what are the operations are performed on data structure and the advantages. Okay, so first we discuss about the need of data structure. What is the need of a data structure? So as the applications are getting complex and amount of data is increased day by day, so there are many cases are arises, okay, or there are many problems are arises when we are having the large amount of data. Okay, so first is what the processor speed. So to handle the very large amount of data, high speed processing is required. But as the data is growing day by day to the billions of files per entities or processors, so it may fail to deal with that much amount of data. So this is a processor speed. The second thing is what the data search. So consider an inventory size of 106 items in a store. Okay. So if our applications need to search for a particular item from that 106 item, so it needs to travel 106 times every time, so result in slowing down the search process. Okay, the third thing is a multiple request. So if thousands of users are searching the data simultaneously, okay, on a web server, then there are the chances that a very large server can be failed during that process. So in order to solve this type of problem, the data structures are used. So data is organized to form a data structure in a such a way that all the items are not required to be searched and required data can be searched instantly. Okay. So these are the different problems are facing during the data handling purpose. Okay, processor speed, data search, and multiple requests. So to remove these type of problems, we need a data structure. Next is a selection of data structure. The choice of particular data model depends on two considerations. First is what? It must be rich enough in structure to represent the relationship between data elements. And the second thing is the structure should be simple enough that one can effectively process the data when necessary. Okay. Next is the operations on data structure. The major or the common operations that can be performed on the data structures are traversing, searching, sorting, insertion, merging. Okay. So first we discuss the traversing. Okay. So this is the first operation on a data structure, that is traversing. So every data structure contains the set of data elements. Traversing the data structure means visiting each element of the data structure in order to perform some specific operations like searching or sorting. So here one example is if we need to calculate the average of marks obtained by a student in 6 different subjects. So we need to traverse a complete array of marks and calculate the total sum. Then we will divide that sum by the number of subjects, that is 6. So in order to find the average. Okay. So second thing is the searching. Okay. Second operation of on data structure is what? Searching. So we can search for any element within that particular data. So the process of finding the location of an element within the data structure is called as a searching. So there are two algorithms to perform the searching techniques. First is a linear search and binary search. Okay, so in the second unit we discuss about the searching techniques and sorting techniques. Okay, so कौन से searching techniques है? First is a linear search and binary search. So this part we discuss in a second unit. Okay, the next is a next operation is what? The sorting. The process of arranging the data structure in a specific order is known as a sorting. So there are many algorithms that can be used to perform the sortings. For example, insertion sort, selection sort, bubble sort, merge sort, then shell sort, heap sort. So these are the different sorting techniques are used. Okay, so this part we also discuss in the second unit. Okay, so we can sort the data or element either in ascending order or a descending order. So next operation is a insertion. So we can also insert the new element in a data structure. So insertion can be defined as the process of adding the element to the data structure at any location. So if the size of data structure is n, then we can only insert n minus 1 data elements into it. Okay, if we are having the size of data structure n, so we can only insert n minus 1 data elements in that particular data set. So next operation is updation. We can also update the element we can also replace the element without another element. Okay. Then next is a deletion. So the process of removing an element from data structure is called as a deletion. So we can also perform the delete operation to remove the element from data structure. So here in the deletion we can delete the element from data structure at any location or any random location. So if we try to delete an element, an empty data structure, अगर हमारे पास कोई भी डेटा गिवन नहीं है गिवन सेट के अंदर, डेटा सेट के अंदर, okay, so then it occurs the underflows. Okay, the next operation is what? The merging. So when two lists A and list B of size m and n respectively of a similar type of element. Similar type means what? जो भी लिस्ट ए के अंदर डेटा होगा वो एक ही टाइप का होना चाहिए. एक तो इंटीजर टाइप होना चाहिए या फिर फ्लोट या फिर कैरेक्टर. और जो हमने लिस्ट ए के अंदर इंटीजर डेटा कंसीडर किया है तो लिस्ट बी के अंदर भी हमारा डेटा क्या होना चाहिए? इंटीजर टाइप का ही होनी चाहिए. ओके, सो similar type of elements. So clubbed or joined to produce the third list, that is C. अगर लिस्ट A की साइज है हमारी 5 और लिस्ट B की साइज है हमारी 3. सो लिस्ट A के अंदर सारे इंटीजर नंबर्स है, लिस्ट B के अंदर भी सारे इंटीजर नंबर्स है. मर्जिंग मीन्स व्हाट? वी आर कंबाइनिंग लिस्ट A एंड लिस्ट B. So it will produces the another list, third list called as a list C. So उसकी साइज कितनी होगी? लिस्ट A की साइज है 5, लिस्ट B की साइज है 3. So total लिस्ट C की साइज कितनी होगी? 8. So then this process is called as a merging process. Okay, so these are the different operations performed on a data structure. First is what? Traversing, then searching, then insertion, sorting, updation, deletion and merging. Next is the advantages of data structures. So there are different advantages are present in data structure. First is the efficiency, then second is the reusability and third is the abstraction. So what is mean by efficiency? Okay, so if the choice of a data structure for implementing the particular ADT, okay, ADT means what? Abstract data type. So it makes the program very efficient in terms of time and space. Okay, so in the next part we discuss what is mean by ADT or abstract data type. Okay, so if you are using or if you are implementing the ADT, so it makes the program very effective in terms of time and space complexity. Okay, so this is the efficiency. So this efficiency of a program depends upon choice of data structure. For example, suppose we have some data and we need to perform search for a particular record. So in that case, if we organize our data in an array, so we will have to search sequentially element by element. So using the array may not be very efficient here. So there are better data structure which can make the search process efficient, like order array, binary search tree, or a hash table. The second advantage is a reusability. The data structure provides reusability, means that the multiple client program can use the data structure. So data structures are reusable. That means once we have implemented a particular data structure, so we can use it any other places also. So the implementation of data structure can be compiled into the libraries which can be used by the different clients. Third advantage is the abstraction. The data structure specified by an ADT, that is abstract data type, which provides a level of abstraction. So the client cannot see the internal working of the data structure, so it does not have to worry about the implementation part. So the client can only see the interface. So data structure is specified by the ADT, which provides a level of abstractions. The client program use the data structure through the interface only without getting into the implementation details. Okay, so these are the advantages of a data structure. Thank you.